Could this tiny, unassuming penny in your pocket be the key to a life of unimaginable wealth? A coin so ordinary, yet so extraordinary, it sold for $1.5 million. Yes, a simple 1969 D Lincoln cent. And the big question is, do you have one hiding in plain sight? Now, before you start rating the couch cushions, let's talk about why this coin is worth more than most luxury cars and what makes your pennies potentially just as valuable. You won't believe how one tiny mistake in the minting process turned this penny into a millionaire's dream. Let's dive in. It's 1969. The Vietnam War rages on. The US Mint in Denver is bustling, cranking out billions of pennies. But something went wrong. A small error during the minting process created an anomaly, the legendary double die obverse. Here's the kicker: most people didn't notice this error. They tossed these pennies into jars, into vending machines, or worst of all, they spent them like loose change. But a few sharp-eyed collectors spotted the mistake. Lincoln's image and the words, "In God We Trust," appeared doubled, like a ghostly shadow. This wasn't just a misprint, it was a masterpiece of rarity. Today, only a handful of these coins are known to exist, making them one of the most sought-after treasures in the world of numismatics. Imagine explaining that to your barista: "Here's a penny for my $6 coffee, and by the way, it's worth more than your house." But here's where it gets serious. As collectors scramble to find these coins, values are skyrocketing. The most recent auction, $1.5 million for a single 1969 D double die penny. That's right. This humble coin has outperformed stocks, gold, and even real estate. And you might have one sitting in your home, completely unaware. So, how do you know if you've struck gold or copper, in this case? Start by checking your pennies from the 1960s. Look for the telltale doubling on Lincoln's portrait and the words on the coin. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe for the best results. And if you find one, don't rush to sell it just yet, because there's one critical mistake that could cost you thousands, even millions. Here's what you do: get your coin authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Without certification, it's just another penny. With it, it's a ticket to life-changing wealth. But you have to act fast, because the market for rare coins is booming, and once these treasures are snapped up, they may never be seen again. Think about it. What if this penny is your shot at that dream lifestyle? The new house, the vacations, the freedom to live on your terms. All from a coin you didn't even know was special. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Go search your collection today, because every second you wait, you risk losing the chance of a lifetime. Subscribe for more tips on finding hidden treasures, and share this video. You never know who might have the next $1 million penny. Imagine this: a single penny, a coin you've walked past, ignored, or perhaps even tossed into a jar without a second thought. What if that little copper disc could change your life forever? What if one penny, just one, could be worth $1.4 million? But here's the kicker: there's a ticking clock. These coins are disappearing into private collections faster than you think. Could you be holding one of these hidden treasures without even realizing it? Now, before you go flipping your couch cushions or raiding your kid's piggy bank, let's break this down. Because if you don't know exactly what to look for, you might end up staring at pennies like they're a secret code from the Matrix. And we don't want that, right? Today, we're diving deep into the 1970 D Lincoln penny, a coin that could quite literally transform your bank account overnight. In this video, we'll uncover why it's worth so much, how to tell if you have one, and the most profitable ways to sell it. Stick around, because by the end of this, you might just find yourself holding onto your golden ticket. But beware: if you make even one mistake, you could end up losing out on this once-in-a-lifetime fortune. Don't worry, I'll guide you every step of the way. Let's start with the basics. What makes the 1970 D penny so special? This coin isn't your run-of-the-mill penny. It's rare because of a misprint, a double die obverse. Simply put, the date and lettering appear slightly doubled, creating a subtle but unmistakable error. It's this error that transforms an ordinary penny into a $1 million masterpiece. Now, before you grab a magnifying glass and start examining every coin in your possession like Sherlock Holmes, let's talk specifics. Not all 1970 D pennies are valuable. If yours doesn't have this error, well, you've just got yourself a really shiny penny. Congrats! So, how can you tell if you've hit the jackpot? Here's what to look for on the date. Focus on the 1970. You'll notice a faint doubling effect, almost like a shadow on the numbers, the mint mark. Look closely at the small d below the date. It's your first clue that this coin came from the Denver Mint. The condition: even the rarest coins lose value if they're heavily damaged or worn. Pristine examples fetch the highest prices. But here's the catch: even if you spot these features, the value of your coin depends on something else entirely. And this is where most people go wrong big time. Now, let's talk about why the 1970 penny has reached such astronomical prices. Just this year, one of these coins sold for an eye-watering $1.4 million at auction. Why? Because serious collectors will pay top dollar for unique coins to complete their sets. But here's the thing: these coins won't be available forever. Every time one is sold, it's likely locked away in a private collection, never to return to the market. The window to cash in on this opportunity is closing fast. If you think you've got a potential winner, don't risk selling it on a whim. Here's what you need to do to get it graded. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC will authenticate your coin and give it a grade, which significantly impacts its value. Auction it wisely. Don't settle for the first offer. Look for reputable coin auction houses or platforms like Heritage Auctions, where serious buyers are ready to bid big. Act quickly. The market for rare pennies is competitive, and the longer you wait, the more you risk missing out on top dollar. But before you rush to sell, there's one crucial step that could mean the difference between a decent payout and life-changing money. And trust me, most people overlook this. The 1970 penny isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of how small, overlooked things can hold untold value. And maybe, just maybe, it's a reminder to pay attention to the little things in life. Because sometimes, they're the ones that lead to the biggest rewards. Now, it's your turn. Go check your coin jars, drawers, and collections. And when you find that hidden treasure, let me know in the comments below. Who knows? Your story could be the next one we share on this channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss another opportunity to uncover the fortune hiding in plain sight. What if I told you a single penny, a coin most of us overlook every day, could be worth $1.3 million? Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. And that penny could be sitting in your pocket right now, waiting to change your life. Before you empty your coin jar and storm the nearest auction house, stick around. Because today, we're diving into the mystery of the 1985 Mint Mark Lincoln penny and uncovering why collectors are scrambling to pay millions for it. Spoiler alert, it's not just about the year or the mint mark. There's a catch, one you need to know before you even think of selling your coins. For decades, pennies have been tossed aside, treated as small change, insignificant. But in the world of rare coin collecting, a single mistake, a subtle imperfection, can transform an ordinary coin into an extraordinary fortune. The 1985 Mint Mark Lincoln penny is one of those treasures. But what makes it so special? Is it the gleaming copper color? The iconic image of Abraham Lincoln? No. It's something much smaller. Almost invisible to the naked eye, and no, it's not Lincoln whispering the secrets of the universe when you hold it under moonlight, though wouldn't that be cool? The secret lies in an error so rare, even seasoned collectors missed it for years. What is it? Let's find out. Now, here's where things get real. The 1985 penny owes its value to a minting error, an imperfection on the coin that makes it one of a kind. This error, known as a double die strike, creates subtle distortions in the lettering or Lincoln's profile, turning a 1-cent coin into a collector's dream. Here's the catch: not every 1985 penny has this flaw. And missing it could mean the difference between keeping a fortune or giving it away for a mere cent. Imagine holding onto $1 million coin your whole life, only to trade it for gum at a gas station. Let that sink in for a moment. Yeah, go ahead and check your car's cup holder, I'll wait. But how do you know if your 1985 penny is the jackpot? That's where this gets even more fascinating. First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. You're looking for doubling on the letters or numbers. Think of it like a shadow effect. Pay extra attention to liberty, in God we trust, and the date itself. Found something? Congratulations, you just stepped into the world of millionaire coin collectors. But here's the next step, authenticity. Get your coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. This can make or break your sale. And if your penny is authentic? Brace yourself. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and online platforms like eBay have seen these pennies fetch bids of over $1 million. But here's the kicker, you won't believe how fast collectors are snapping these up. I'll explain why the life you've always dreamed of, all from a penny. It's not just about the money, it's about rewriting your story, finding value where others see none. So, what are you waiting for? Grab those old coins and start searching. Your $1 million moment could be closer than you think. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like button if you found this helpful, and share it with someone who could use a little inspiration and maybe $1 million penny. Until next time, keep dreaming big and searching small. You're rummaging through an old drawer, a dusty jar of pennies in hand. You pull out a coin, glance at it, and toss it aside. But what if I told you that one simple penny could be worth a staggering $1.20 million? Yes, a single 1993 Lincoln penny with NO mint mark. Could it be sitting right in your home right now? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot it and how it could change your life forever. Every day, countless people ignore their pennies, those small, brown coins we often leave in tip jars or between couch cushions. But what if I told you there's a hidden treasure lurking among them? The 1993 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a rarity beyond compare. And here's the kicker, most people have no idea it exists. Think about it, when was the last time you actually looked at a penny? I mean, not just, oh, this is 1 cent, but really looked at it? If you're like most of us, probably somewhere between never and what's a penny again? So, what makes this particular penny so valuable? It's all about the no mint mark. Usually, coins minted in Philadelphia lack a mint mark, but in 1993, a rare error occurred. Only a handful of these coins were produced without a mint mark, making them an extraordinary collector's item. And here's where it gets really interesting, because finding one could mean the difference between having pocket change and living a life of luxury. In 2023, one of these coins fetched a jaw-dropping $1.2 million at an auction. That's more than the average American home. Why? Because rare coins like this have a special place in the hearts and wallets of collectors. The fewer there are, the higher the demand. And in the case of this 1993 penny, we're talking about one of the rarest coins of its kind. Now, let me ask you this, what would you do with an extra $1.2 million? Would you buy a dream home? Travel the world? Or maybe, finally pay off those student loans? Yeah, I went there. But don't start dreaming just yet. Spotting the 1993 no mint mark penny isn't as simple as just picking up the first coin you see. There are specific details you need to look for, and if you miss them, you could be tossing away your fortune. Coming up next, how to spot these details, and the one mistake people make that costs them everything. Alright, here's what you need to do. First, grab a magnifying glass and inspect your pennies closely. The 1993 no mint mark penny will have NO small letter beneath the year, where you typically find an S for San Francisco, D for Denver, or P for Philadelphia. Pay attention to the condition as well, pristine or near perfect pennies fetch the highest prices. Now, here's the thing, most people overlook this detail, and collectors know this. That's why they're willing to pay a fortune for a coin that slips through the cracks. But don't wait too long, every day, more of these pennies are being found, and as supply grows, values can drop. And no, don't go calling the mint to ask if they have extra, trust me, they're not going to help. Once you've found a potential match, get it authenticated by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These experts can confirm its authenticity, and trust me, they've seen it all. After that, the next step? Take it to auction, where collectors will bid, and your life could change in an instant. But wait, before you cash in, there's one final tip that could make all the difference. It's a mistake many people make, and it could cost you thousands. Let me explain. At the end of the day, the 1993 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of opportunity. It's proof that sometimes, the greatest treasures are hidden in plain sight. So, what are you waiting for? Grab those old jars, sift through your pocket change, and start hunting. Your $1.2 million moment could be just one penny away. What if I told you this tiny piece of copper could make you a millionaire? That's right. This coin, right here, is worth $1 million, and it's been sitting right under your nose for years. The 2004 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, do you have one? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to find this rare penny and potentially cash in on your fortune. But first, you need to understand why this penny is so valuable and how you can sell it for a life-changing amount. Now, I know what you're thinking, a penny? Really? I thought those were just for saving up for my coffee. Well, buckle up. Because we're about to dive into a whole new world of penny magic that might just surprise you. Back in 2004, something very unusual happened. The United States Mint, a massive institution that produces every single penny in circulation, made a rare and significant error. Normally, pennies come stamped with a mint mark indicating where they were made, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But in 2004, some Lincoln pennies slipped through the cracks, without a mint mark. To most people, it was just another penny, no different than the thousands of others they tossed into a jar or threw into the tip jar at a coffee shop. But here's the kicker, that small oversight turned into an absolute jackpot for coin collectors. The 2004 penny, with no mint mark, is now one of the rarest pennies on the planet. And in some cases, it is sold for as much as $1 million at auction. $1 million pennies sounds crazy, right? But in the world of rare coins, this is no fairy tale. So, what's the big deal about a missing mint mark? Why does it make this coin worth so much? And, how can you tell if you have one? These are the crucial questions, and if you stick around, you'll have all the answers. Trust me, you'll want to hear what comes next. Now, I know some of you might be looking at your jar of pennies and wondering, is this the one? Or maybe, is that just a dent from a Coke can I crushed with it? Let's get down to business. How can you identify if you have one of these $1 million coins? Well, it's not as difficult as it seems. First, you'll need to check the date, 2004, no surprise there. But the real magic is in the mint mark, or rather, the absence of it. If you look closely at the bottom of the penny, just beneath Abraham Lincoln's bust, you'll see a small letter indicating the mint mark. Philadelphia pennies typically have no mint mark, but the problem in 2004 was that some of these pennies were struck without a mint mark at all. This rare no mint mark coin is the one you're looking for. If you've got a 2004 penny and it looks exactly like this, you might just be holding a tiny treasure worth a fortune. Don't worry if you're not sure. The best way to confirm it is by taking it to a reputable coin dealer or having it professionally graded. Now, here's the thing, these rare pennies don't grow on trees. They are becoming more and more scarce, and time is of the essence. If you find one of these coins, your window to sell it for top dollar is shrinking fast. Collectors know about these coins, and they are paying top prices to get their hands on them. So, what do you do once you've confirmed that you have a 2004 no mint mark Lincoln penny? First, get it graded. A professional grading service will evaluate the condition of the coin, which plays a huge part in determining its value. Coins in pristine condition can fetch much more than those that are worn down or damaged. Next, you want to connect with reputable buyers or auction houses. I know what you're thinking, why not just sell it on eBay? Well, if you want to get the absolute best price, you need the right platform and the right connections. Some of the biggest and most trusted names in the industry can help you get your coin in front of the right buyers and ensure you get the price you deserve. But here's the secret that nobody talks about. There's something even more valuable than this penny out there right now. And if you stick around to the very end, I'll share how you can find it, and it could make this 2004 penny look like pocket change. So, there you have it, a rare, potentially $1 million penny that's been sitting in your change jar. A penny that could help you unlock the life of your dreams. But the clock is ticking. The world of rare coin collectors is competitive, and every second counts. If you have one, don't wait another moment, get it checked, get it graded, and get ready to make real money. Start your journey today. Who knows, this one simple coin could change your entire future. And, as always, remember, the treasure hunt is just beginning. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more tips that could make you a fortune.
What if I told you that a simple nickel, something most of us have casually tossed around in our pockets, could be worth more than $1.6 million? Yes, you heard that right. That same little coin you barely give a second thought to could be sitting in your drawer or hidden away, waiting to change your life forever. Stick with me for the next 10 minutes, and I'll show you how a 1964 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark could unlock the door to a fortune you never dreamed possible. For most of us, a nickel is just a nickel. It's the coin we use when we're a few cents short for a cup of coffee, the one we forget to pick up when it falls on the ground. It's just another piece of pocket change. In 1964, something happened at the U.S. Mint. A mistake, or perhaps a mysterious anomaly. Some Jefferson nickels were struck with no mint mark. And guess what? That tiny, seemingly insignificant detail has transformed these coins from everyday currency into some of the most coveted pieces of numismatic history. Imagine holding one of these rare coins. A 1964 nickel without a mint mark. How much could it be worth? Let's dig deeper. Why does a missing mint mark turn a simple coin into $1 million treasure? Here's the thing. The U.S. Mint traditionally places a mint mark on each coin to indicate where it was made, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But the 1964 Jefferson nickel, in some instances, was struck with no mint mark at all. And this is where the story gets wild. Because it turns out that the 1964 no mint mark Jefferson nickel is incredibly rare. Only a handful exist, and their value has skyrocketed. In fact, one recently sold for an astonishing $1.6 million at auction. Now, I can hear you asking, how can I know if I have one of these rare coins? Don't worry, we'll get to that in just a moment. But first, let's talk about the panic and regret that many collectors feel when they realize what they've missed. There are people who had these coins, didn't know their worth, and sold them for next to nothing. Imagine the heartbreak of letting go of a small fortune without even knowing it was in your hands. Come on. Who among us hasn't tossed a nickel into a jar or thrown it into the couch cushions, right? But now, every time you do that, you've got to wonder, could you be sitting on a gold mine? Or should I say, a nickel mine? Alright, the clock is ticking. Time is precious, and so is your collection of old coins. If you're not already searching through your coin jar or that dusty drawer, now is the time to start looking for your 1964 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark. First, check the coin carefully. The missing mint mark will be the biggest clue. Typically, the mint mark is located on the reverse side, near the bell of the Liberty. If there's no mint mark there, congratulations, you may have struck coin treasure. Second, if you've found one, don't just jump to conclusions. Not every 1964 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is worth millions. The condition of the coin matters a lot. A well-preserved, near-perfect example could fetch you the fortune you're hoping for, while a coin in poor condition may not. Hold on tight to your rare coin and see how its value climbs over time. If you're ready to make a life-changing decision, find a trusted coin dealer or auction house who knows how to handle these rare gems. They can guide you to getting top dollar for your treasure. But, and here's the cliffhanger, there's more. Because the 1964 no mint mark Jefferson nickel isn't just a coin, it's part of a bigger puzzle in the world of rare coin collecting. And understanding this puzzle can open the door to more million-dollar discoveries. Now, I want you to imagine the lifestyle change that could come with a sale like this. You could pay off debts, travel the world, live with financial freedom like you've never dreamed before. This is your opportunity. Don't wait any longer. Time is running out. Those rare, valuable coins won't wait forever. The next time you hold a nickel, remember this story. It could be more than just loose change. It could be your ticket to a wealthy new life. So go ahead. Dig through your drawers. Inspect every coin. That seemingly insignificant nickel could be the key to your financial freedom. Do you have old coins sitting in a drawer or a safe somewhere? What if I told you that one of those coins could be worth over $1.3 million? That's right, one small nickel, minted in 1981, could hold the key to a wealth you never imagined. Stick around, because what I'm about to share could completely change the way you look at your coin collection and your financial future. It all starts with a little-known secret hidden in plain sight: the 1981 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel. To most people, it's just another coin, a relic of the past, tossed in with the other spare change that never seems to add up. But to those in the know, this coin is worth far more than its face value. And it all comes down to a tiny, yet incredibly important detail. Now, I can hear you asking, is this some kind of scam? Trust me, I get it. You've probably heard wild claims like this before, but the difference here is that this nickel's value is backed by solid proof. Rare errors in minting and a scarcity of certain coins make them worth far more than anyone could imagine. But here's the catch. If you want to find out what makes the 1981 P. Monticello nickel worth $1.3 million, you need to stay with me to the end. This is the part where most people drop off. The ones who do, they'll never know how close they came to cashing in on their own goldmine. Here's where the story gets interesting. It's not just any old 1981 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel that could be worth a fortune. No, there's a very specific error that makes certain versions of this coin incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. You see, during the minting process in 1981, a series of mistakes led to the creation of a very small batch of nickels that were accidentally made with incorrect dies. This error caused the design to be slightly off-center or missing parts, making them unique and precious. Hold up. Do you know what that means for you? If you have one of these rare era nickels, you're sitting on a potential fortune. Some of these coins are fetching up to $1.3 million at auctions. No, this isn't a typo. Now, before you get too excited and rush to dig through your drawers, let's take a step back. Not all 1981 P. Monticello nickels are worth that much. Only those with certain characteristics, like the specific die errors or unique mint marks, will fetch these sky-high prices. But how do you know if you've got one? Don't worry. I'll walk you through it, but let's pause for a second. I know what you're thinking. So, what if I find one of these $1 million nickels? Should I just walk into a bank and demand to cash it in? Well, unfortunately, it's not that simple. You need to know exactly what to look for and how to get the most value out of your discovery. Here's where the magic happens. To find out if your 1981 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel is worth a fortune, you need to check for a few key factors. The first is the mint mark. You'll find a small P on the back of the coin, right below the word Monticello. If your coin has this mark, congratulations, you're on the right track. But that's just the beginning. The next step is to examine the design and shape of the coin. Look closely for any off-centering or distortion in the image of Thomas Jefferson or the Monticello building. These imperfections are what make the coin rare. If it looks like something was a little off during the minting process, then you might have something special. Now, here's the crucial step that so many people miss. Authentication. Don't just rush to the nearest coin dealer and sell it for a fraction of its worth. You need to have your coin authenticated by a certified numismatist or coin grading service. They'll give you a proper valuation based on its condition and rarity. Don't skip this part. Otherwise, you might end up giving away a fortune without even knowing it. But wait, there's more to this story. You think this is the only rare coin out there that could make you a millionaire? Think again. There's an entire world of rare, valuable coins hiding in plain sight. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to identify other rare coins you might have laying around that could change your financial future forever. Stick around, because the opportunity to sell your rare coins for top dollar might be just around the corner. But you have to act fast. Coins like these don't stay on the market for long, and you don't want to miss out when that phone call comes in, telling you that the coin you just sold was worth more than your house. Here's where you need to make your move. Coin values can fluctuate, but one thing's for sure, rare coins are an investment that can pay off. People are constantly on the lookout for these rare gems, And if you have one in your collection, it's your time to cash in. But don't wait too long. The coin market is constantly evolving, and the longer you hold on to these old coins, the more you risk losing out on potential offers. Time is of the essence. If you think you have a rare coin, don't just let it sit there collecting dust. Get it evaluated. Get it authenticated. And start reaping the rewards. So, what are you waiting for? Open that drawer, dig through that old change jar, and start checking for rare coins. And if you found something truly valuable, don't forget to share it with the world. But most importantly, take action. Because this could be the start of a new chapter in your life. One where rare coins don't just collect dust, but instead, fill your pockets with wealth. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on more ways to turn your rare coin collection into serious cash. I'll see you in the next video, where we uncover even more secrets of the rare coin world. Do you have a nickel sitting in your drawer, hiding in plain sight, that could be worth over $1.3 million? It sounds unbelievable, right? But here's the truth. This isn't some far-off fantasy. It's happening right now. Now, imagine this. You're holding a simple coin, one you might have passed by 1,000 times, yet that very coin could change your life forever. What would it mean for you to sell a coin worth millions and live the kind of lifestyle you've always dreamed of? Stick around, because in the next 10 minutes, we're about to dive into the rare, jaw-dropping story of the 1980 60 mint Mark Jefferson nickel, and the real potential it has to unlock a fortune. But before we get started, ask yourself, do you know what your change is really worth? Let's find out. Let's begin with the basics. The 1980 60 mint Mark Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it seems like just another coin, right? You might even have one or two in your pocket right now. But what if I told you that there's a rare version of this very coin that could fetch over $1.3 million at auction? How is that possible? Well, the value of certain coins doesn't just depend on age or rarity. It depends on minting errors. Those small, almost invisible mistakes that can make a coin unbelievably valuable. The 1980 60 Jefferson nickel is one of those rare finds. You see, during the minting process, some coins are struck with subtle errors, such as doubling in the design, off-center strikes, or even slight changes in the metal composition. And these errors, when identified, can turn an otherwise ordinary coin into a collectible treasure. But here's where it gets interesting. Most people don't even know these errors exist. Can you imagine holding a coin like this in your hand and not even realizing its worth? It's terrifying, isn't it? So many people have missed out on small fortunes because they didn't know what to look for. The rare 1980 60 mint Mark Jefferson nickel is one of those coins that has flown under the radar for years. But not anymore. Now, you might be wondering, how do I find one of these coins? Great question. The search is on, and it's not as hard as you think. You don't need to be a coin expert to spot potential treasures. All you need is a little knowledge and some attention to detail. You see, the 1980 60 mint Mark Jefferson nickel with a minting error doesn't look drastically different from a regular nickel at first glance. In fact, it might look nearly identical to other coins in your collection. But there's one key feature you need to watch out for: the details on the reverse side. Take a close look at the Monticello building, the image on the back of the coin. In some of these rare nickels, you'll find a doubling effect or even a misalignment in the design, something that can only be spotted under magnification. If you notice these signs, you might have just found a gold mine. But here's the thing: most people never check their change or old coin collections closely enough. And even if they did, they wouldn't know what to look for. This is where opportunity knocks. How many times have you walked past a coin jar thinking, these are just pennies and nickels? Think about it. What if that old jar is hiding a fortune just waiting to be discovered? The urgency here is real. Rare coins like this one don't come up often, and the longer you wait to search for these treasures, the more likely it is that someone else will beat you to the punch. But how do you even know it's worth anything? Stay with me, because I'm about to reveal how to evaluate your finds. Trust me, this is where things get even more interesting. Alright, you've found the coin, you've spotted the rare minting error, and now you're wondering, what's it worth? The market for rare coins is thriving, and the value of the 1980-60 mint mark Jefferson nickel has skyrocketed in recent years. It's not just a collectible, it's a high-demand, investment-grade treasure. Just to put it into perspective, there's been a recent sale of a 1980-60 mint mark Monticello nickel that fetched a whopping $1.3 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right. $1.3 million for a coin that most people wouldn't give a second glance. But here's the catch. The market for these rare finds is competitive, and it's growing. You see, collectors are constantly on the lookout for that one elusive coin to complete their collection. And they'll pay top dollar for a rare, error-free 1980-60 Jefferson nickel. Now, here's where it gets exciting. You have a real opportunity to sell and cash in on these rare coins, but you must act quickly. The window of opportunity won't last forever. The longer you wait, the more likely it is that someone else will find these hidden treasures and claim their fortune. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've got to go through my old coins right now. But let me give you some final advice. Do not rush. To get top value for your rare coin, make sure you work with the right appraisers, and make sure it's in the best possible condition. The difference between a $100 coin and a $1 million coin could be as simple as proper preservation and documentation. So, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you grab that old coin jar and start sifting through your pennies and nickels? Or will you let this chance slip by and wait for someone else to strike gold? The truth is, there are countless hidden fortunes out there, and your path to a wealthy lifestyle could be closer than you think. But time is of the essence. Those who act fast will reap the rewards. Before you go, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I'll be diving into more rare coins and their incredible worth in future videos. You don't want to miss out. Trust me, the next treasure you uncover could change everything. Are you sitting on a gold mine without even realizing it? Imagine finding a single coin that could be worth over $1.4 million. Sounds like a dream, right? But what if I told you that this dream is very real, and that coin might just be sitting in your drawer, in that old jar of coins collecting dust? Stay tuned, because what I'm about to share could change your financial future forever. For decades, we've all heard stories of people finding rare coins and selling them for life-changing sums of money. But here's the kicker. What if I told you that one of those coins might have been minted less than 40 years ago? That's right, 1987. The 1987 P mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel could be the very coin sitting under your nose, and its value could be staggering. Now, let's dive into the facts. In 1987, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Jefferson nickels. But here's the twist. Among all those millions of coins, there's one rare variety that stands out, and that's the 1987 P Monticello Jefferson nickel. What makes it so valuable? Well, if you look closely at this specific coin, you'll notice something unusual, a tiny, almost invisible flaw in the minting process. This small error, when identified and authenticated, can skyrocket the value of the coin. And guess what? A certified 1987 P Monticello Jefferson nickel recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. Let that sink in for a moment. You might think, how is that even possible for a nickel? But this isn't just any ordinary nickel. It's a rare, one-of-a-kind error, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for it. If you've got one of these sitting in your coin jar, you could be holding a fortune that's ready to be unlocked. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute. Are we talking about a nickel worth more than my car? Is this some kind of joke? It's not a joke. In fact, these kinds of stories happen all the time in the world of coin collecting. But here's the catch. Most people don't even know these rare coins exist in the first place. So, how do you know if your 1987 P Monticello Jefferson nickel is worth a small fortune? Well, that's the exciting part. First, let's talk about how to identify this rare coin. The 1987 P Monticello nickel is similar to other Jefferson nickels, but the difference lies in the mint mark. You'll find the mint mark on the reverse side of the coin, just below Monticello, the iconic building that's pictured on the back. If you look carefully, you'll see the P mint mark, indicating it was struck in Philadelphia. But what sets it apart from the rest is the very specific flaw that occurred during the minting process. This flaw involves a subtle misalignment of the dies used to stamp the coin, which creates a noticeable difference in the final design. If you've got a coin like this, the next step is to have it properly evaluated. It needs to be graded by a reputable coin grading service, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. A proper grade will authenticate the rarity of your coin and determine its exact value. Coins with the highest grades have been known to sell for millions of dollars at auctions, making the potential profit from a single coin truly life-changing. But let me ask you this: how many old coins do you have lying around in drawers, jars, or safe deposit boxes right now? Have you ever stopped to think that one of those might be a forgotten treasure? I mean, let's face it, when's the last time you actually looked at your change, let alone thought it might be worth a fortune? You probably tossed it aside like so many others. But guess what? You might be one step away from a huge payday, just by taking a closer look. This is where it gets even more exciting. The coin market is volatile, and values can fluctuate, but right now, the 1987 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel is in high demand. The coin market is growing every year, and collectors are constantly looking for those rare gems, like the one you might be holding right now. The longer you wait, the higher the chances that another collector or investor might snatch it up. Now, don't wait for someone else to find the value in your coin. Time is of the essence here. You could be on the verge of selling a coin that could set you up for financial success, whether it's a new house, paying off debt, or starting that business you've always dreamed of. Selling rare coins has made millionaires out of people who were once just like you, ordinary people, living ordinary lives, until they discovered that hidden treasure. But here's the cliffhanger I promise you. In just a moment, I'm going to share the exact steps you need to take to determine if your 1987 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel is one of those rare, high-value coins. But first, I want you to think about this. Imagine finding something in your collection that could change your life forever. What would you do with that money? Would you take that dream vacation, invest in real estate, or retire early and live the life you've always wanted? The truth is, that dream could be just a coin flip away. But only if you take action now. So don't wait. Go grab that jar of coins, take a deep breath, and start looking at what's inside. Who knows? You might just find the next big payday. If you want to learn exactly how to get your rare coins authenticated and evaluated, stay tuned. I'll show you how to take that first step toward financial freedom. Don't let that hidden fortune slip through your fingers. Start looking at your old coins and turn them into the wealth you've always dreamed of. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest tips and tricks for discovering rare coins that could change your life. Remember, the next millionaire might just be someone who took a second look at their coin jar. Why not let it be you? Could a coin you already own be worth over $1 million? Sounds too good to be true, right? But what if I told you that some rare nickels, like the 2000 P. Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, are currently fetching prices in the millions? Stick with me for the next few minutes, and you could learn how to turn a dusty coin jar into a small fortune. Most people have old coins laying around. You know the ones, tucked away in drawers, shoved in boxes, or maybe buried at the back of a junk drawer. You've probably heard the rumors about rare coins being worth something, but you've probably never thought much about it, right? Well, it turns out you could be holding one of the most valuable coins in America, without even knowing it. Let's talk about the 2000 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel. You might have one. Or maybe your grandparent does. They were minted in Philadelphia, but here's the catch. A small percentage of them were struck with a significant error that made them worth a fortune. But how can you tell if your nickel is one of them? That's the mystery we'll uncover today. Imagine this. You're holding a coin in your hand that, at first glance, looks just like any other nickel. But this isn't just any nickel. The 2000 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel, in pristine condition and with the right minting error, is now worth over $1 million. Yes, $1 million. Here's the key. The P mint mark on these coins, along with a very specific doubling error on the reverse, makes them incredibly rare. In fact, only a handful of these rare coins were ever produced, and even fewer have survived in good enough condition to sell for a small fortune. Now, let's talk about what makes these coins valuable. It's all about condition. A gem uncirculated coin can fetch top dollar, but a worn or damaged version, while still rare, won't reach the $1 million mark. To get top dollar, you'll want a coin that's graded at least MS65 or higher. Is your coin worth checking out? Could it be one of the lucky ones? Stay tuned because we'll go over exactly how to tell. Alright, now it's time to make sure you're not sitting on a gold mine, or rather, a nickel mine. First things first, inspect the coin carefully. Look for the doubling error on Monticello's columns. This is the telltale sign that you might have $1 million nickel on your hands. If you spot it, don't panic. Hold on to your excitement for just a second, because there's still a lot to consider. Next, get your coin professionally appraised. I know, you might be tempted to take the easy route and sell it online for a quick buck. But patience is key here. A qualified coin grader can tell you the true worth of your coin, and you'll want to know that before making any decisions. And when you're ready, sell it to the right buyer, someone who knows the true value. This could be a coin auction house or a top-tier collector looking to complete their collection. Don't just settle for the first offer that comes your way. Remember, this coin could be worth up to $1.1 million if it's in perfect condition. But here's the real kicker. There's one more trick you need to know before you even think about selling. What happens after you sell this rare nickel could be your ticket to living the life you've always dreamed of, and I'll tell you exactly what that looks like in just a moment. Are you starting to see it? This isn't just about finding a rare coin, it's about what comes next, the wealth, the lifestyle, the opportunities. And I'll walk you through exactly how to turn that $1 million nickel into something even more life-changing. But don't get too carried away. Remember, $1 million is nice, but you won't be able to buy time machines or spaceships, yet. Just focus on that first step. Now that you know how to find, authenticate, and sell your 2000p Monticello Jefferson nickel, it's time to take action. This isn't just about a rare coin, it's about your future. It's about unlocking the doors to your dreams, whether that's financial freedom, a life of travel, or even early retirement. So here's what you need to do next. Check your coins, get them graded, and don't wait. The market for rare coins like these is hot, and opportunities like this don't last forever. Every day, coins like yours are slipping through the cracks, unnoticed. Don't let this one slip away. And remember, the rarest coins don't always look special at first glance. Could your change jar be hiding something that will change your life forever? Stay tuned, because the next video is going to reveal another rare coin that could be worth even more than this one. And you don't want to miss it.